Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Songs of Skydale, and the key was provided by developer. We'll start with options, and bug that's there is that they are completely forgotten every time you restart the game. However, we have sliders and we can play in this resolution 1600 times 900, which I almost always use. So that's nice. Seems to work correctly with OBS, so that's not a big problem. However, it would be nice to fix it so it remembers your settings. The game is told to be a hack and slash RPG, action RPG. We could say it is to some extent. Let's load my game. Now you can think 5% progress and only 5 hours played. That's not much. Well, it's mostly because the game is extremely grindy. So let's just load my save and I will try to show you the gameplay and a bit of problems that are here. As you can see, the graphics are not so bad, but a bit downgraded. I wouldn't necessarily call it pixel art, but it's something around the pixel art genre, more into hand-drawn probably. So it's not as bad as a typical indie pixel art game, but it's also not a Marvel. Okay, so basically you can save in a save point, and then you have to go all the way to next save point unless you die. So you have limited health potions and limited mana potions. I usually use health potions. So to some extent it's just like Dark Souls. You have 5 heals and that's it. You can use food to heal to the full, but you cannot really have any other items than passive upgrades. And you can't have more than, well, up to the limit of your health potion. So if your limit is 5, you can only have 5. Now, coming to this, your inventory consists of 9 slots, and each item gives you some bonuses. You can have 9 weapons or 9 armors, it doesn't matter. They just give you passive boost. And on the left you see your stats. It's mostly damage and experience needed. You can also have block, which very quickly gets used up. So you mostly just take damage and deal damage in a sort of exchange. Then you have skills. That's all the skills, I guess. Yes, that's all the skills. So you have 15 skills. There is no HP regen, sadly. You can increase the number of potions. You can increase block and defense, HP, damage, crit and crit chance, mana and mana regen, and you have 5 spells. 4 spells actually. I don't usually use spells. I tried them in the tutorial, but I didn't like them very much. I usually just try to heal and attack in sort of a loop while grinding. It got me to 15 levels, so it's not so bad. Then you have active and completed quests. There is main quests and additional quests, and we have the group of 4 maps. Actually, I think we are here. I'm pretty sure we are somewhere here around farmland, but I'm not entirely sure. So there is 4 maps for areas. There is also some area you can go to when you do quests. There is traps, quite a lot of stuff actually, but your character doesn't really evolve all that much. All you have is this 9 slots and 15 skills, and that's it. You're always a mixture of mage and warrior, probably more into a warrior part. I'm gonna try to go and do a little bit of combat, which is extremely grindy. The problem is that you first have to find a grinding spot, then you have to grind a lot, and then you might be able to grow to some strength that will be strong enough to defeat the next area. Another problem is that the enemies are not well balanced, and they can have, for instance, 80 HP and they can have 1000 HP, and it seems completely random. So it's hard to really be prepared for an area. Usually you just keep trying and hoping that what you have is enough, which it might be or not. I'm just gonna collect some money. Money is also a bit of a problem because you generally get very little. You get either 1 or 5. See, now there's an enemy. We can kill him like this, just slashing around. Left, right, up and down. We could heal here, or we could eat a potion. Maybe let's just grind a bit. Let's try. So I go back, kill. See, now they have 700. Before there was one spider with 500. Now there is two, and both of them are stronger. I'm not sure if they have levels or they just have higher HP, but probably they have levels. So I'm already having problem with potions. Now I have to heal with 2 to get full, and now I only have 2 heals. Enemies can be rather strong here. Well, it's hard to say, but I think this slightly gets stronger on further maps. The balance is completely off, so it's really hard to say. But when I was grinding in previous area, it was slightly better. But there are also enemies with like 500 HP. The only thing was that I had easier access to well, to save points, so I could grind more efficiently. Like here I would have to kinda collect stuff from those, go back, probably spend another potion, then save, and then keep going left and right until we can get something done. Also, during the story, at some point I was pretty much cut off one of the first areas. Not sure if I could go back there. Maybe I could, but it could be a long journey. So I can't really go back to the others. See, now they have 1000. I couldn't really go easy to previous farming spot. So I'm kind of stuck here. I can try to push the story, or I can try to grind here, which may or may not be a good idea. Also, enemies generally, from what I understand, always give 1 HP. I mean 1 experience. So grinding is very slow. You will be only getting 1 point. Like now we need 180. It got stuck on 180 for like last 2 levels. But that's it. We just have to keep going and trying to get 180 kills to actually progress. Now I have to kill this overpowered spider, and he's only going to give me 1 point, right, at best, if I kill him. I got some money, I got healing, so now I have to go all the way back, having this 1 experience point. I think it's 1. I'm pretty sure it's 1. Maybe it's slightly more sometimes, but from what I noticed, it was always 1 point. You can check it again. We have 8 points of experience. Let's go once more. Yes, there is quests, but most of the game is this. Most of the game is grinding to the point where you can sort of deal with the enemies, and then you try to go for another quest, which may be quite a lot of walking around, doing traps, and just reaching a specific area without the way to break it, without the way to go back and heal. You just have to do it in one go. It will just get, I don't know, we have 8 out of 180. I got something, but it wasn't the kill, it was just a collect. Alright, it was 1 potion. Now we got those back, that's nice. So grinding is extreme here in this game. You can buy, well, not potions, but you can buy gear in shops, but they can cost even 2,500. Yeah, I died, of course, by an overpowered spider. Let me go back. And yes. And we start over, right? Just like in Dark Souls. Even worse, because you don't even get the collected items. You lose everything. You just, as in old games, you go back to your save file, have to start over. Like those 2 kills were good, but I lost 50 HP. Let's just hit. How much we get? Yes, 12. Maybe it was more. I'm not sure if it was 4 spiders or 2 spiders. But nevertheless, it's a lot of kills to level up. It could be 100 kills or more. Even if it's 2 points, it would be 90 kills. 4 at a time usually. And again, I'm trying to get somewhere. Only 5 gold. So if I want to get a strong armor, then it's very unlikely. Probably I won't be getting it. Now I died again. Will be hours of grinding, seriously. Let's try maybe twice more. I'm not gonna go with the story because now the story is to go in a specific place which is very far away. There's also a problem with map. You don't see your position on the map, only uh, general layout of the world. So if you're looking for a specific place, especially if you don't have the map, but even if you have a map, you don't know where you are. So that's a problem. You would have to slowly inch your way to the area with next quest, and then you will be pretty much stuck there, because now we have to go back all the way to the town to shop with better armor. You would have to constantly try to get enough healing potions to have the full 5, so that means a lot of grinding of this, right? You just have to kill those plants, get your 5 potions and save again. So you don't want to go away from your save file, from your save point, I mean, because then you just die somewhere and you get no progression. So it's pretty much this for a long time. Then you go a little bit in the story, you move to the next area, you do some quests. You can also do additional quests, but they do very little compared to grinding. One time I got like 6 experience points from a quest, which is like, 6 kills. See, now I'm better because I have 50 more. Now I would have to go back, save the fact that I am 50 HP higher. So I improved my situation slightly. With money we are still at 58, which is horrible. And yeah, keep trying. Maybe we find something. Probably find another spider with 1000 HP. Yeah, that was literally 1 gold. And a spider that's gonna kill us. That's the way you grind. I could block him, of course, but it's not gonna do much. Probably he's gonna go through it. So you just have to keep trying, hoping for better enemy, for easier enemy, hoping for more stuff, yeah, like this one, right? 2 or 3 slashes, then we loot the plants, we get more HP, we save 1 point at a time or 2 points at a time. We moved from 12 to 14. Let's keep doing it once more. I will also level up maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna improve damage by whole 15 points, and our gold is like +6. We had 58, we have 64. Now there is more loot, and slowly, now there is 15 gold and no enemy. One more run. And before you will be able to do anything, you will have to do this. There's just no way around it, unless you have some super brilliant build. But probably you would have to do this anyway. You have to get those 15 or 20 levels. You have to get all the gear to give you a boost. You have to pump your skills to high level, probably to max level, to be slightly more efficient, which may or may not work. Yeah, he's gonna kill me, so I just go back. Maybe I just go back like this a few times. Yeah, that's the strong one. That's nothing. No plants here for some reason. Once more. Yeah, now 2 very strong spiders. I should actually die now because I lost too much HP. I have no idea how much they do the damage. How strong is damage. Well, that's not the worst. I could save this because that's more money. Alright. Once more. Let's see if we can do progress. What will be progress? Progress will be getting more than we have, right? Without losing too much. Of course, if you try to actually do a quest like this, if you try to actually go to an area, you'll be completely destroyed. Because there'll be multiple enemies, you will run out of potions, you have no potions at this point. Even though your damage is high, it's not really that high. Because enemies can just appear in a form of 1000 plus HP. They will two-shot you. So that's not gonna help. I'm not sure if this was better. I think I took 50 damage. Right there. Yeah, I did. So that's not gonna work. I died. So they for some reason do extreme damage. And I can't really go back to previous area. Let's see if it's really this bad. Once more. I know it's lengthy, but that's how this game feels for most of the time. Yeah, this guy is what? I'm not sure how strong he is. Maybe he's also same damage. Not sure if I can block him. No, I think I can't block him. I can block him very little. You can block with control, but it goes down very quickly. Right, once more. I just try to do some progression, some more levels. Probably I need like max levels for this game to even play it. Because I always feel very weak. This could give us some stuff. Yeah, I can't even kill one spider. That's horrible. I could just do the same and maybe go back and forth to the next area. It's actually a pretty good position because we are very close to farming. Probably also need more HP. But I won't get very strong, even if I do grind. I would only get, yes, I'm dying constantly. Let's do it until one more kill and then I'm gonna stop. It's not even hack and slash because you just slash with this cutlass. Your weapons are just passive upgrades. They're not really weapons you use. Yeah, that's just horrible. Maybe I should kind of do it without the enemies and try to make the plants spawn. But see, I die in 6 shots at least. What is it? One guy. Is this gonna show up? Yeah, it is gonna show up. Spawned. I got absolutely nothing. Let's show it up again. Will it spawn? Yes. You can spawn it if there is no enemy, right? Oh yeah, that's not good. Alright, maybe there's enemy. Now, yes, enemies. And one guy actually, not so bad. But I will die. Yes, I died. So that was bad. Once more, until I get a kill. Just once more. I know it's not so bad if you're just looking at it. I think it's easy, but it's just extremely grindy. Maybe we block it. We kill. Block and kill. Okay, we took damage anyway. So I just desperately need uh, health, which I won't get. Yeah, I should just die probably. That does nothing. So it definitely needs a balance of enemies. Maybe also added skills, especially the one for HP region would be nice, because without it's a nightmare. And you should be able to see yourself on the map, to the very least. I can't say that the game is bad or short, because, well, due to this mechanic, it's very long. 5 hours to just get there. But I'm not sure if this is long in a good way. However, this is definitely not a horrible indie game that tries to be a game. It is actually a game. It's not bad. It is playable. I actually even like grinding, but even for me it becomes a bit more annoyance than fun. Let's just go back. What do we get this time? Yeah, this time it was good. Again. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop here because otherwise we'll be sitting here for hours. So guys, this is how it looks. This is what's actually in the game. Maybe once more into the... Maybe I'll save once more. Once more into the options, right? So this is what's actually in the game. 9 slots for gear, 15 skills and some quests that you do. Some are basic, some are more complex, but generally there is a story. You can finish the game, I guess. There is 4 maps for you to see. Looks quite big. It is quite big as well. You get lost very easily. And well, that's what it offers. It's not very complicated, but it's also not super simplistic. Like, you have to put those together. There isn't much here, but you can sometimes get better crits, sometimes you can get better armor, maybe even defense. There is damage for sure, there is block for sure, there's HP for sure. So you can try to mix and match those. Like this book would give me stronger fireball, so you can try to do a mage, you can try to do a warrior, you can grind money for next type of equipment, you can get like more of those, try to have like 9 weapons or something. So there is some min-maxing in this game for sure. It's not horrible. Let's maybe go back to menu. Right. So how much would I give it? Because it does have some complexity and because it's not super ugly, I would give it 6. I think it's not a bad game, at least for an indie downgraded RPG slash ARPG slash RPG game. It's actually fun enough for me to grind it, and I'm a bit interested what's further and how strong I can become, especially if I could grind enough money for the good gear in the second town. However, the game is extremely imbalanced and grindy. I think it just needs feedback and fixing, because it's not bad, but if it's like this always, if there's nothing changed, it's gonna be very, very annoying for most people. I am the sort of person that can watch a movie and grind for 2 hours just to get a level, but most people just give up completely on this. Also, there is pretty much one build. You just get, all skills up as fast as possible, as optimal as possible. You clearly need damage, you clearly need HP to not be one-shotted and to be able to kinda one-shot at least some enemies. The rest is just, icing on the cake. Of course, you'll pick best gear if you have money. Of course, you'll get full damage, because why not? Of course, you'll get full HP, because why not? Full defense, sure, why not? So those are obvious choices. This is actually very linear. Of course, you might say that Fallout 4 is linear because it also has one build, or Dark Souls, and that would be to some extent true, but those games are much more complex in general. There is more of those skills. There is more ways to do something with your gear than here. So it's rather simplistic, but it's not bad. It's actually playable, and if you like this sort of games, especially if you can stand even pixel art games like this, and this one is better in my opinion, looks slightly better graphically, and it's not completely skill based that you just run around and slash enemies. There is some build making, there is some maybe slight economy, what to buy when, what to grind for, and do I need another armor, or maybe I should heal fully, or should I risk going to next area, maybe there's something fun there. So if it gets feedback, if it gets some balancing and fixing, it would be much more enjoyable. But I have no idea what's the status of the game. There was very little movement on the forum, so I don't know if it's gonna be worked on or not. I think you should just observe the game, and if you're interested, maybe give it a chance if it gets on sale. Otherwise, there is just better games in this genre, but I can't say it's horrible. So if you can accept the price, whatever the price is, and if you like what you see, then sure, you can try to support developer in the current state. But if you want to wait for some changes, if there will be any, you might try poking them with feedback, or well, basically you have to make your own choice, right? I would rather buy a different game probably if I wanted to play something like it, but I can't say I didn't enjoy it. It was slightly fresh to me. It's not that many indie downgraded games that actually have interesting mechanic behind them. Like, it is to some extent action RPG hack and slash, of course super simplistic, but it's not like you see those very often. So this is actually very good idea, maybe not well thought over, and yeah, it needs a lot of help, but it's not horrible, so I give it positive review. Guys, that was Songs of Skydale. Once more, that was Songs of Skydale, 6 out of 10. A slight recommendation if you like the genre, especially if you like the grinding, but I think it needs work. So guys, that will be it. And if you think that this review was too long, well, that's to some extent how the game feels. It feels too long, it feels grindy, it feels a bit off. So just like this review. I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully shorter one with a better game.